Welcome to Well Explained. Today I am here with class ninth chemistry, matter in our surroundings. But before I start the chapter, students, subscribe my channel and press the bell icons so that you never miss my class. Now what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. If we come to the classification of matter, matter is classified on different bases. Early Indian philosophers classified it in the form of five basic elements: air, earth, fire, sky, and water, which is known as Panch Tattva. On the basis of the physical state of matter, matter is classified into three states: solids, liquids, and gases. And on the basis of chemical composition, matter is classified as pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances may be elements or compounds, and mixtures may be homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous mixtures, which we are going to study in the second chapter, that is matter around us pure? Now, physical nature of matter, or we can say the characteristics of matter. Matter is made up of particles. The particles of matter are very, very small or tiny. The particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving, and the particles of matter attract each other. Now, coming to matter is made up of particles. Is a small activity that you can perform at your home also. Take some water in a beaker and note its level. Now, what you have to do is you have either to dissolve salt or sugar in it with the help of a spoon or a glass rod. The salt dissolves in water, but the level of water does not change. This is because the particles of water get into the space between the particles of water. This shows that the matter is made up of particles, as well as the particles of matter have space between them. For this, you can also perform this small activity. You just take a piece of chalk and start crushing it, start breaking it. You will break it into pieces again and again and again, and then it will become powder, and at last it will be not again, means it cannot be further crushed. Why? Because that has been the smallest thing which can be made out of that chalk, and that is the particle of that chalk, the smallest particle, which shows that matter is made up of particles. Now the particles of matter are very, very small or very, very tiny. For this also you can perform a simple activity. You can perform it at home also. In the lab we use potassium permanganate, but at home you can use any ink crystals or the crystals of the color of that you play holy with. Okay, if you are having those crystals, you can perform this activity with that crystals also. What you have to take is you have to dissolve few crystals of potassium permanganate or that color of holy in 100 ml of water in a beaker. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Again the 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water, and you have to repeat this process 5 to 6 times. This shows that a few crystals, you have taken 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate, but that few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water because there are millions of tiny particles in each crystal. This proves that the particles of matter are very, very small. Now the particles of matter have space between them. For this you can repeat the activity 1, that you take some water in a beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or sugar in it with the help of a glass rod. The salt dissolves in the water, but the level of water does not change. This is because the particles of salt get into the space between the particles of water. The particles of matter are continuously moving. For this, you just take some water in a beaker and put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the side of the beaker, and you just leave it undisturbed for a few hours. After a few hours, when you will see, then you will observe that the ink spreads evenly throughout the water. You haven't done any stirring, आपने उसको चलाया नहीं, कुछ नहीं किया. Then also the ink spread evenly throughout the water. Why? Because of the movement of the particles of water and ink. The intermixing of two or more different types of matter on their own is called as diffusion. Now the particles of matter attract each other. Take an iron nail. Now this property, that the intermixing of two or more different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. This was explained by Robert Brown also. It is that these particles of the matter, they move in a zigzag manner, and this is also known as Brownian motion. Now the particles of matter attract each other. Take an iron nail, a piece of chalk and a rubber band. Try breaking them by hammering, cutting or stretching. It is more easier to break the chalk, less easier to break the rubber band, and difficult to break the iron nail. This is because the particles in the iron nail are held together with greater force than in the rubber band or chalk. Now the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Coming to the properties of solids. Solids have definite shapes and fixed volume. The space between the particles is minimum. The force of attraction between the particles is maximum. And because of this force of attraction only, they have a fixed shape, and the movement of the particle is minimum, as there is very minimum space between the particles. So the particles only vibrate on their mean position. They are least compressible, and their rate of diffusion is also least, means slowest. Now the properties of liquids. Liquids have no definite shape, but they have a fixed volume. Liquid shape take the shape of the container. The space between the particles is intermediate. Intermediate means it is more than that of solid but less than that of gas. The force of attraction between the particles is also intermediate, means the force of attraction is less than that of solid but more than that of gas. The movement of the particle is intermediate, means the movement of particles is more than that in the solids but less than that in the gas. They are less compressible, and their rate of diffusion is more than the solids. Now properties of gases. Gases have no definite shape or fixed volume. They occupy the whole space of the container in which they are kept. The space between the particles is maximum, and the force of attraction between the particle is minimum. The movement of the particle is maximum. They are most compressible, and their rate of diffusion is more than solids and liquids. You can see the three states of matter: gas, liquid, solids. You can see in the gas the particles are very, very far, where in liquids they are closer, and in solids they are closest. Now change of state of matter. The state of matter can be changed from one to other. That means they can be converted from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, and liquid to solid. When a solid is heated, it changes into liquid, and when a liquid is heated, it changes into gas. When a gas is cooled, it changes to liquid. When a liquid is cooled, it changes into solid. For example, if ice is heated, it changes into water. If water is heated, it changes into steam. If steam is cooled, it changes into water, and if water is cooled, it changes into ice. You can see solid state. If you heat, it come to liquid state. When it is further heated, it changes to gaseous state. When this gaseous state is cooled, it changes to liquid state, and this liquid state is cooled, it changes to solid state. Now comes to melting or fusion. When a solid is heated, the particles begin to vibrate with greater speed and begin to move more freely. Then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. The process of melting is also known as fusion, and the temperature at which a solid melts is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Now latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called as the latent heat of fusion. Now coming to boiling. When a liquid is heated, its particles begin to move even faster. Then at a particular temperature, the liquid begins to boil and changes into gas or vapor. Boiling is a bulk phenomenon. When a liquid boils, the bulk of the liquid changes into vapor, and the temperature at which a liquid starts boiling is called its boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. Now latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called as the latent heat of vaporization. Now effects of temperature on molecular motion. You can see in solids, when it is cold, the motion is less. When it is hot, they start vibrating at their mean position and they get so much of energy that they can be converted into liquids. Liquid, when they are cold, the particles are closer to each other, the motion is slow. When they get heated up, then the motion becomes faster. Now sublimation. The change of state directly from solid to gas or from gas to solid is called as sublimation. If solid camphor or ammonium chloride is heated, it changes into vapor. If the vapors are cooled, it changes into solid. You can see in the setup, in the china dish, ammonium chloride is taken and inverted funnel is kept and it is plugged with the help of cotton. When this ammonium chloride is heated with the help of burner, what happens? This ammonium chloride changes into vapors. When these vapors they strike the surface or the walls of the funnel, what happens? They get cooled and solidifies there. This shows the change of state directly from solid to gas and from a gas to solid. Now effect of pressure on gases. When pressure is applied on gas, the particles come closer and the gas changes into liquid. We can liquefy gases by applying pressure and reducing the temperature. Compressed solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice, and if the pressure is reduced or released, it changes directly to gas without coming into the liquid state. So solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. In the same way, the LPG cylinders that we use at home, it is also liquefied petroleum gas. When this petroleum gas is stored, applied greater pressure and reduce the temperature, it liquefies. This gas liquefies, and when we turn on the knob, we release the pressure. What happens? It again changes to gas. Now the interconversion of the three states of matter. The states of matter are interconvertible. The states of matter can be changed by changing the temperature or pressure. From solid to liquid, it's fusion. From liquid to gas, it is vaporization. from gas to solid, it is sublimation. From solid to gas, it is sublimation. From gas to liquid, it is condensation. And from liquid to solid, it is solidification or freezing. Now, evaporation. Evaporation is the change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point. Evaporation is a surface phenomenon, as boiling point was bulk phenomena. Is the whole of the liquid converts into vapors. Evaporation is a surface phenomena, means the liquid that is exposed to the heat, only that changes into vapors. Particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the forces of attraction and changes to vapor state. Now, what are the factors affecting evaporation? The rate of evaporation depends upon the surface area, temperature, humidity, and wind speed. Increase in the surface area increases the rate of evaporation. For this, you can do a simple activity. You just take two handkerchiefs, wash them. One handkerchief, after squeezing, you just put it on the wire, whereas the other one, after squeezing, you just spread it up and put it on the wire. You will observe that the handkerchief that was spread, that will dry faster. Why? Because increase in the surface area increases in the rate of evaporation. Secondly, increase in temperature increases the rate of evaporation. It is very clear, on a drier day, when it is hot, the clothes dry quickly, whereas on a cooler day, they take some time. Now, increase in humidity decreases the rate of evaporation. How? It is also observed that the clothes dry slower on the humid day. Humid day means when it's raining. Humidity means the presence of moisture, amount of moisture in the air. So, increase in humidity decreases the rate of evaporation. Increase in wind speed increases the rate of evaporation. When the wind is blowing, the clothes dry faster. Now you can see through this diagram, high energy on the surface, evaporation takes place. Medium energy in the middle, it pulled back into water, and lower energy at the bottom, it remains as liquid. Now, how evaporative cooling works? Evaporation causes cooling. When a liquid evaporates, the particles of the liquid absorb heat from the surroundings and evaporates. So the surroundings become cold. People sprinkle water on the roof or open ground because during evaporation water absorbs heat, makes the hot surface cool. क्यों डालते हैं, छिड़काव क्यों करते हैं? गर्मियों में आपने देखा होगा छत पर या आप जो आंगन वगैरह उसमें छिड़काव करते हैं, स्प्रिंकलिंग करते हैं, क्योंकि जब हम पानी उस पर डालेंगे it will evaporate by taking the latent heat of vaporization and making the hot surface cool. During summers we sweat more because during evaporation the sweat absorbs heat from our body, making the body cool. Wearing cotton clothes in summer keeps us cool because cotton absorbs sweat, and when the sweat evaporates, it absorbs heat from our body, making the body cool. Now, till now we have studied there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquids and gases. But scientists have discovered two more states of matter. They are plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Scientists now say that there are actually five states of matter: solids, liquids, gases, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Now coming to plasma, it is a mixture of free electrons and ions, and it occurs naturally in the stars including the sun. The sun and the other stars glow due to the presence of plasma in them. and it can also be made on Earth. This plasma can also be made on Earth by passing electricity through gases at very low pressure, taken in a glass tube which is known as discharge tube. The fluorescent tubes and the neon sign bulbs form plasma when they are switched on, and this makes them glow. In 1920, an Indian scientist, Satyendranath Bose, did some calculation for the fifth state of matter, and on the basis of these calculations, Albert Einstein predicted the existence of a new state of matter called as Bose-Einstein condensate. So, this is the end of the chapter. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon.